Hello everyone, this is Zhang. This is my BIA6920 project physics 2 presentation. Okay, there are four sections in my project. The first one is data preparations, the second one is clustering, and the third one is modeling for predicting total payments. And the last and the most important one is modeling for the policy risk. Okay, let's look at the first one, data preparation. I imported various Python libraries that are commonly used for data analysis and visualizations, including NumPy, Pandas, and Seaborn. I loaded data from a CSV file into a Pandas data frame. The data appears to have a header row, and I set the first row as a header. I performed the data cleaning by selecting only columns with non-object data types. And I also dropped some specific columns from the data frame. I concentrated the columns that met my criteria into a new data frame and for the further analysis. Okay, that's a screenshot of my final results of AP1 final and for the further analysis. The second sections, I merged the two data frames uh, based on the contact ID column using a left join. This step combines information from two data sets into a single data frame. I removed the rows with missing values using the drop-down method. This ensures that only complete data is used in subsequent analysis. Also, I standardized the numeric data using the standardized scalar method to ensure that all features have the same scale. I performed the k-means clustering on the standardized data. Two separate k-means clustering models were fit with clusters set to the 4 and 10, and the data was clustered accordingly. The cluster labels were assigned to the label 4 and label 10 of variables. Okay, finally, I created two data visualizations using Seaborn. The first is count plot showing the distribution of label 10 clusters with respect to a policy term. And the second one is the scatter plot that visualizes the relationship between label 10 clusters and named issued age, and the color represents different named issued age values. Okay, the third one, modeling for the predicting total payment. And I also merged two data frames and using the contact ID as a common key. This allowed me to combine relevant information from both data sites, and I did some data preparations like cleaning and drop some known values. Also, I created dummy variables to make sure all variables make sense. I prepared the data site by citing the named issue age column as the target value y, and selecting the remaining columns as feature x. To ensure uh, compatibilities, I converted the features columns named to string data type. Scaling was applied to the features site X regression scales to standardize the data, ensure all features have zero means and unit variance. I divided the dataset into training and testing sites. This division allows me to train the rich regression model on one part of the data and evaluate its performance on the other. I made predictions on the testing data using the predict method and calculated the R-squared score. The R-squared score, which was almost 0.329, indicated that the model experienced around 32.9% of the variance in the target variable. To analyze the correlation of the individual features with the target variable, I created a data frame named df_range, and this data frame was transposed and the column was renamed to represent the coefficients of each feature with name issued age. And for the last one and the most important one, the modeling for the policy risk, I created logistic regression, decision tree, and random forest models to look at the AP1 for the relationships of the features and tried to predict if this person have more risk. I applied logistic regression for classification using the X-train and Y-train datasets, calculated the model's accuracy score on the test site, which was almost 0.0927, and you can see the results in the picture. Obtained the model's predictions, log price, and predict probabilities. Evaluated the model using the confusion matrix and the classification report. And then I standardized the features and rerun the logistic regression process on the scaled data, obtained the accuracy predictions and the probabilities again, re-evaluated the model's performance using a confusion matrix and a classification report. But the score is the same as the previous one. It didn't change the score. And then I applied a decision tree classifier to the data, calculated the predictions, and evaluated the model's performance with a confusion matrix and classification report. I also tested the classifier performance with a different tree depth, and I plotted the accuracy score to determine the good depth. The best depth was 8. I computed features in importance using the decision tree classifier. And for this one, the score is 0.059. It's not good score for the predictions. And finally, I applied a random forest classifier with 900 estimators and the maximum depth of 10. Calculated the model's accuracy score, which was the 0.1 obtained and stored the model's predictions. And this is the highest score I got for the policy risk predictions. And for the conclusion, we can see the 4 different scores for the 4 different models. The random forest has the highest score, but this score are too low to predict. So I don't think they are related. So I don't recommend company to buy those data.